Okay, that was weird.
I'll try to use the method that Slavonsky suggested me.
Alright, places in New York. Brooklyn. Oh, hey. I was lucky that I picked right there. Bronx. I do these types of puzzles all the time. Or I used to anyway. Like puzzle books and stuff. Okay. What other places are there in New York? New York City. Queens? Q. Maybe? Alright. Jersey. Roosevelt. Slant? No. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Town. Oh, island. Hey, Little Italy. Upper East Side. Springfield. Oops. Long Beach? Oh, Chinatown. Jersey City. And Harley? No, that's not it. Harlem.
Good. Now that I have figured out how the code works,
Sweet.
nothing can stop me from sticking my nose into Marzetti's business. Written in this booklet, there are pages and pages of names of people working for Black Lily. Starting from delivery boys and police officers and going all the way up to cardinals and politicians. The more you read, the higher the rank of the mentioned person. I wouldn't be surprised to find God's name at the end of the list. But I don't have to get all the way to the end of the list to find the name that I was looking for, the name that I knew that I was going to find. I just had to get halfway through the booklet to find Leroy Malone's name.
Leroy!
Maybe this will be the most idiotic thing that I'll ever do in my life, but nothing will stop me from getting into that department and shoving proof about Marzetti's ties to Black Lily in his face.
Hey, you. If you're looking for Lieutenant Malone, you're not lucky at all. He left half an hour ago.
Where'd he go?
I don't know, but he left this for you.
Malone has disappeared. The only thing he left is this piece of paper with a number on it. 555-7589.
A phone number.
No. No clue. A fire extinguisher. It's pointless. Malone isn't here. As they say.
Nope, there's no phone here. Alright, hold on. Hey guys, turns out we need I need a little bit more time, like maybe 5 minutes. So let's see what we can do.
If I get near it, that yokel owner wouldn't think twice about pumping me full of lead.
That's your problem, asshole.
Count me out, thanks.
You again, stranger?
I have to go.
Okay.
An oil lamp.
Whenever you're done, fucking screen. Stop.
That's the wick. That's the wick. The gas cap. The tank's empty. No, it isn't working this way.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense. Before I go back to New York, it's the car I... Considering who I... I don't need any. The car's full. One of the gas pumps is leaking. The pail is used to catch the leaking gas. What should I use with it? Even if there's only a few drops of kerosene, it should be enough to make the lamp work.
Wow, talk about a fire hazard.
Now it should light up without problems. Better put the pail back in case I need more kerosene. An oil lamp. It fits perfectly. This idea is so crazy that it might just work. These dry corn kernels will be the perfect diversion to get the owner out of the cafe.
Damn, Winchesters, here we go again. The lesson from the last time clearly wasn't enough. Hey, you! I know you're hiding in the cornfields. Get out here if you have any guts, you sons of bitches. I'll show you.
Now that the yokel's gone, there's nothing stopping me from using this panel. Better not touch this lever. If I cut the power to all the gas pumps, the owner would definitely notice it.
Let's see if that did the trick. Looks like it.
Good. Now that it works, let's see if I can make it as a photographer. I take the photograph and cut it somehow. Before attaching the documents, I hesitate for a second. From now on, my name is John Fard. Sean McClane doesn't exist anymore. Sean McClane is dead. Then I make up my mind and I attach the damn photo. I don't have time to get all misty-eyed now. The documents should be fine now. I can finally get away from this place.
Alright, and that's our stopping point. Thanks for watching. Alright, we have to go back to the office.
Let me guess.
Essex Street.
We see.
No clue. At least. No clue. No clue. No, it doesn't. The telephone. The telephone.
Hello, New York operator. I'm listening.
Can you dial a number for me?
What's the number?
$555-7589.
1 second.
Hello?
Malone, is that you?
Del Nero. I'm happy to see you got my message.
Yeah, and I have also found out a couple of interesting things about you.
You don't know nothing, Del Nero.
You're on Marcetti's payroll, I know that. You think it's enough?
So go report me to the head detective. No, wait. Go tell the police chief in person. If you don't know their names, you can find them in that notebook you took from Marcetti.
I see you know about the notebook.
I was informed about it.
Let me guess. You were the one that Marzetti was talking to when he realized that I wasn't just one of the many detectives passing through his joint.
Looks like you listened to the telephone call.
Yeah.
Del Nero, this is too big for you. This isn't some jealous wife who kills her husband or some rich guy knocked off because of a will. Get out of the city. Take the girl with you if you want, but disappear forever.
Thanks for the advice, but I intend to get to the bottom of this.
Why did you do it? It's certainly not to get justice for your old pal McLean.
Could be. After all, he gave his life to protect a kid. I think he deserves it.
I didn't take you for such a sentimental guy.
Everyone has his defects.
Del Nero, if you really want to know what's going on, be at Ellis Island in a half an hour, and I'll tell you everything.
Ellis Island? Who's to say it isn't just a trap?
No one, but I'm sure you'll be there. You're a guy who's more curious than careful.
Ellis Island. Half an hour.
Don't be late.
You're gonna get shot, dude.
You know how to get to Ellis Island?
What you want to do at Ellis Island in middle of night?
Just answer the question.
Of course I know get to Ellis Island.
Okay, let's go. Ellis Island. Any immigrant who came to improve his lot in this country knows this island. This is where they put you the first time you set foot in America. As soon as you get off the boat, a guy with an elegant white lab coat visits you. If you don't have health or mental problems, you're allowed to enter the registration room. There, some kind of inspector asks you all kinds of information about you. Where you were born, how much money you have, and if you have a criminal record. If you answer correctly to all these questions, welcome. Starting today, you're part of the grand old USA too. The Statue of Liberty. When I got to New York, it was the first thing I saw. A powerful and proud woman with a torch full of hope, shining her light on the entire world. But today, that hope has turned into melancholy. Melancholy for everything we could have become in this country, but didn't. It could be a nice keychain if it weren't as tall as a skyscraper. The statue when I got... But today... It must be Malone.
Hi, Del Nero.
Malone.
A man was killed at the Melville port tonight by the usual suspects. That's basically what I was supposed to write in the report about the McLean homicide. That's what Black Lily ordered me to do. But something changed their plans. Your friend was able to escape, hide the girl, and call the police. And if that wasn't enough, he decided to call you too. He knew that the people who were looking for him wouldn't have had any problems buying the silence of some lieutenant or even of the police chief. So he needed someone he considered to be incorruptible. You.
Sean always thought too much of my honesty.
Even before escorting you to the department, I had instructions to frame you. You had a history with McLean, and that made things easier for me. The point was to keep you here until the men from Black Lily, disguised as forensics, collected everything they needed from the port.
A perfect plan.
Right. But your friend got involved, paying your bail and pointing you to the trail of the real killers of your former colleague. Even if you were out on bail, I never thought you'd make it all the way to Marcetti.
It seems that, as a detective, I'm not a complete washout yet. And it also seems that you are not as honest as the award hanging in the police department affirms with so much pride.
Well, that isn't just a simple award, Del Nero. It's a promissory note on my soul.
Explain that.
I received that award from Mayor Weston for having caught Samuel Cutter, the former boss of Black Lily here in New York.
Yes, I know the case. And I'm also smart enough to understand that not everything is as rosy as it seems.
Cutter wasn't well seen, and the organization didn't like it. They knew that with the public opinion against them, getting control over the city wouldn't have been as easy as it had been in the past. So they decided to get Cutter and all the people connected to him arrested. At least, that's what they wanted the people to believe. Actually, the only ones who ended up in the slammer were simple collaborators and a few small-time crooks. In some cases, even regular folks who for some reason had a debt with them.
Patrick Olson.
Now, he was one of the many.
Malone, why are you telling me this story?
Because you are my only chance at redemption, Del Nero, at least in part for everything I've done over the years.
Do you think that by letting me live, I'll destroy an organization like Black Lily? Malone, I'm a private detective, not a superhero in a kid's comic book.
Well, I'm not expecting anything from you, Del Nero, but given how the organization is persisting on looking for the girl, I guess she's got to be pretty important to them. And if they can't find her, maybe something might change.
They'll get rid of you as soon as they figure out what you're doing.
If that's how things are supposed to go, let them.
What are you planning to do now?
Nothing. I'll just wait and see what happens. And there's no better place to do that than in front of a huge statue that symbolizes justice.
Whatever you want.
Well, good luck, Del Nero. May destiny smile on you.
I don't believe in destiny, Malone.
I'm sure.
I leave Malone with his thoughts and go away. Maybe his advice to get a change of scene isn't as bad as it seems. Maybe that's what I should do. I should disappear. All of a sudden, a hiss interrupts my thoughts, and then silence again, a silence full of death. Malone crumples over as if he were without a skeleton, a limp body that hits the floor. Then a second hiss, a sharp pain in my neck. I fall on my knees. My muscles aren't responding to me. Anesthetic. My vision starts to get cloudy. I fall into darkness.
I hate people who are late, and the guy that I'm waiting for should have been here more than an hour ago. I can't stand it. I can't stand any of the reasons why people are late. Whether they didn't plan their time properly, had a problem, or even worse, know that the person who's waiting for them doesn't have a choice. The man that should have been here an hour ago has documents that I need to have if I want to leave this state with the girl. Without those, I would have to stay in this dump for who knows how long. All of a sudden, the joint's door starts to creak. Someone's coming in. A horrible stench of cologne fills me nostrils. It's him. It's Smiley. He sits down at the bar and starts talking like we were old friends. I cut him short and I ask him if he has what I need. He puts the documents on the table, a nautical passport and a permit to let the girl get on board. He tells me that the passport is missing the photograph and that I'll have to get one myself. Then he takes a napkin and writes a name. Sainte Marie de la Mer. This is the name of the ship that I have to take to leave New York. Getting on a mercantile ship pretending to be a sailor is the only way that I have found to leave the state. And according to what Smiley says, I'll have to get to Brooklyn to do so. I expressly asked to set sail from Newark, but Smiley doesn't seem to have understood. I'm grasped by an incredible desire to punch him in the face, but it's not the time. I give Smiley the money. $50. Too much for false documents, but not that excessive considering that they are the only way to save me life. After taking the money, Smiley sputters something that sounds like good luck and leaves. Taking with him the stench of his cologne dabbed on in the hope of hiding the chemical stench of the crap he works with all day. Ridiculous. The guy that I almost put in the slammer a few years back for forging documents is now the same guy from whom I'm buying me freedom. Destiny is a strange thing. A metal ashtray. That could be helpful. I don't have any idea what I could do with it, but I'll take it anyway. Ketchup, napkins, and various condiments. Everything that you need to give flavor to the swill they serve in this place. I don't need it. I'm in the middle of nowhere with a stolen car and a girl that I don't even know. What a great situation. No, better let her sleep. Ketchup, everything that you... Nice stools. I don't have time to sit down now. Bottles of whiskey and gin, and not the best on the market. If I want a drink, I have me rye with me. Jefferson Davis, Alexander Stevens, and other guys who a few decades ago wanted America's secession. Fantastic. All I needed was secessionist nostalgia. Better take them. John Ford? That idiot Smiley used the first name he thought of to falsify these documents. Knowing him, I should have checked them out before giving him the money. But apart from breaking his nose, there isn't much I could have done. I need to leave this state as soon as possible, and I definitely don't have time to redo the documents considering that I need a photograph for them to be useful. By looking at the cables, I'd say that it must be the electric panel. If I get near it, that yokel owner wouldn't think twice about pumping me full of lead. Bottles of whiskey. A photograph of a farm and a horse. Nothing strange for a country cafe. A spittoon. Interesting metaphor for this place. It's a cash register. I bet that if I looked up the word yokel in the dictionary, I'd find a photograph of this guy.
What do you want, stranger?
Is this your place?
Yes, and the rifle I keep in my hands as well.
I see that there's a warm welcome in this house.
My friend, this place sees mostly farmers and truck drivers, and I don't like you, your little friend, and that guy who came in a while ago.
I'm just passing through.
I hope it. City slickers don't do well here.
I have to go.
Okay.
There are booze signs, but I don't recognize any of the brands. $10 for a gallon of gas and 8 for one of kerosene. Only in the countryside can you still find kerosene stations. Nowadays it's only tractors that still use that type of fuel. It's the car I used to get here. Considering who I stole it from, I don't think it'll be reported as stolen. Mars gas station. If it weren't the only gas station open at this hour, I'd definitely have blown right past. I don't like this place. House special, lard with beans. I guess I couldn't expect champagne and caviar in these parts. It doesn't make... I don't need any. The car's full. Before I go back to New York, I need to figure out the problem of the photograph and the documents. Open 24 hours a day. I guess that's the only reason to go to a place like this. John Ford. Born in Portland, 1898. I'd better remember this. It will be my identity for a long time. John Ford. A Confederate flag. I hate Confederates.
Fuck you too, asshole.
I'm not going to touch it. I bet that if I looked... I don't need this stuff. Not for me, thanks.
You against?
I have...
Okay.
It's a sort of photographic set. There are some wires running under the platform. This stuff probably needs to be plugged in. Essex County, New Jersey. I've come a long way.
Excuse me.
It's a rain tank. A cornfield. It's in bad shape. Most of the plants are dry or rotten. I'll take a few kernels of corn. I took the only kernels that aren't rotten. Impossible. It's a sort... There's some wire... It doesn't work. I don't think it's plugged in. It doesn't... I don't... There are some wires... It doesn't... I don't...
You again, stranger?
Is that cornfield back there yours?
Did the Winchester send you?
No one sends me. Who are the Winchesters?
Sons of bitches who bought the farm back there a few months ago.
You don't seem to like them that much.
Nah, they're good for nothing. You just have to look at how they keep their farm. The only thing they know how to do is drink and smoke on the porch.
And why should they send someone to ask questions?
Because the other night I shot one of them in the ass. Those bastards, after dusk, they come to the back of my gas pump and they start playing with their guns. They shoot at whatever they see. I warned them that even if one of those bullets touch my pumps, the whole place is gonna blow up, but they didn't listen. So the other night, as soon as I heard them shooting, I went out and I shot one of them in the ass. And that idiot ran away yelling like a little girl.
Good story.
Stranger, this isn't a big city. This is how we take care of things around here. And the same goes for you. Give me crap and I'll turn your city ass into a calendar.
Just point your gun at me once and I'll show you the difference between your old piece and my revolver.
Huh.
How does this camera out here work?
What do you want to know?
When I'm not talking to yokels, I dabble in photography.
Huh.
So, does that thing outside work or not?
No. I only use it when the Bunyan Derby goes by.
Bunyan Derby? What the hell is that?
Every March the 3rd, a marathon comes by from Los Angeles. About 200 idiots for 3 months trudge along Route 66 to New York. When they go by, they all want a photograph to remember their achievement. So I bought that thing there.
I need to take a photograph.
This is a gas station, not a photographer's lab. You need a photograph? Do like everyone else does and go see old Elliot in town. That old half-wit'll be more than happy to have a new customer.
I need it now.
That's your problem, stranger.
I have to go.
Okay.
If I shot now, the gas station owner would fill my guts with lead before I could get away. If I shot... No. It doesn't... It does...
Alright, well that's enough for now. Thanks for watching, guys.